మాట్లాడు. నేనేం మాట్లాడలేదు సార్ డైరెక్ట్గా ఏం లేదు ఇక.
Good morning, students. Today we have gathered here to celebrate 41st National Youth Day festivals on the occasion of 163rd Swami Vivekananda birthday. So I request Principal Sir to offer the flowers to Swami Vivekananda photo. And I request Chairman IAMC Professor V. Vishwanathan Sir to offer the flowers to Now I request Sri Professor V. Vishwanathan Sir to address the gathering. Okay. And on this special day, Sir has requested to come and address here. And today Sir is turning to 85 years. The most youngest IAMC family member. Please. I request all of you, please wish our chairman with happy birthday wishes.
Thank you so much. Time is the most precious thing in the life of anyone. If the importance of time is appreciated, rest of the aspects of life like the bogies, lifeless bogies of a railway engine move forward. How serious are we about time? Normally we may have a feeling, smile and live, be happy. Without respect for time, without respect for values. Past haunts us depending on what we have done. We live for the sake of the future. Future has not yet arrived. Past is lost and not available for us again. So the only thing that is available is present. And if in present we are not respecting time, when else you are going to respect time? I hope you are getting the message. Sorry, just a minute. Swami Vivekananda has influenced my life. Usually we come under many influences. But if you are careful in selecting the influence, you would be able to make a difference to yourself. If we are not careful in selecting the influences, usually we get more attracted to negative influences. Particularly, the young are more vulnerable. It is at that phase of your life you have to be guided by a serious consideration of what makes a difference to you, understandable. What makes a difference to your family, it's a responsibility. What makes a difference to the institution where you are going to join, including the family. What makes a difference to the society. In simple terms, will your children and grandchildren be happy about your past? कितना सादा सीधा सवाल है ये. Sorry. If the future is not going to be happy about us, who else will be happy about us? These questions look as serious questions, but I think probably our syllabus does not include those questions. So we are not worried. And even those subjects that we study more for the sake of the examination and not for the sake of the life. That's another problem. We go out with contents that are not useful for life. Only a very small part of what we have studied is likely to help us to live a life of values. Maybe on some other day, if time permits, we shall meet in smaller groups to understand these concepts better. In a large group, you know what happens psychologically? Everyone thinks, sitting there, that what is being said is for the others and not for me. अपनाते नहीं उसको, ये हमारे वास्ते बोल रहे हैं बोल के नहीं समझते, बाकी सब है ना उन लोगों के वास्ते बोल रहे हैं उन्हों. Estrangement. We feel that we are different. We feel that rules don't apply to us. We don't want to flow with the flow. What happens is, we generally have a disturbed mind. Just as one ray of light is sufficient to dispel darkness, one clarity is sufficient for us to lead us further. Why should we have a National Youth Day? Is question number one. And what has Vivekananda to do? It was Madam Indira Gandhi who, I feel, with the advice of Swami Ranganathanand Ji Maharaj, accepted this idea of declaring Vivekananda as a national youth icon. Question number one, you want strong people or weak people? Strong people. Strong people produce happy times. Happy times produce weak people. Weak people produce bad times. Bad times produce strong men. Do you see the relationship? Cyclical hai ye. If we read history, we must understand it from this perspective. Having not learnt lessons from the history, we are repeating the mistakes of history again and again and again. Why are these wars? Why this destruction? For example, to construct a project like Nagarjuna Sagar, dash number of years, dash number of thousands of crores, right? To destroy it 10 minutes and 1 lakh or 10 lakhs is bus. All the technological advancement, much of it is diverted either for defense purpose, which is usually offensive in nature. Rest of it is for diversions, distractions, and digressions. Is that the way civilization should progress? If we are victims of the mistakes made in the past, let us not make more mistakes to make the future generations regret having born in this country. Vivekananda is one person who made people insisted that you must feel proud of being born here. Service, seva, sacrifice, tyaga, unwavering faith in yourself. He says it beautifully at one place. Even if you have faith in hundreds and thousands of gods, if you don't have faith in yourself, that faith does not matter. So what is important? Faith in yourself. And how will that faith come? With values, with practice, with consistency, with determination and discipline and perseverance, so that you are not disturbed by the temptations that are usually present. कॉलेज से निकलते हैं, घर जाने के पहले कम से कम 10 पानी पूरी के बंडी मिलते हैं। हर जगह रुक के 2-2 पानी पूरी खा के जाते क्या घर को? हाँ लेना है तो लो, लेकिन हर दिन क्यों? कभी हफ्ते में एक बार ले, if you can't stop the temptation. And do you know the unhygienic circumstances around? So how can you understand what is purity, what is clarity, what is cleanliness, what ought to be, what is present? I was discussing with our Raghuveer in the morning. He was telling that there is a Pani Puri Bandi at Mumbai where the, what shall I say, phone pay, GPay payments amounted to about 40 lakhs of rupees. तो 40 lakhs पे GST नहीं है ना, income tax नहीं है ना. If you are richer, you would be happy or unhappy? You will be happy. If your country is richer, you will be happy or unhappy? So what is your contribution to make your country richer? Okay. Now, when was he born? Who were his parents? Where did he go? What he studied? And when he went, on what day he said Sisters and Brothers of America? And what was his lectures from Colombo to Almora? All that is history. It does not matter if his pre-ashram name was not Narendranath, but it was something else. What does it matter? What is in a name? You respect the name because of the contributions made, not because the name is starting with this alphabet or that alphabet and so on. So I thought what is important is not merely to narrate certain incidents from the life of Swamiji to impress upon you. Just 1 second. Where is the driver? Driver ni rammana kada? We are our thoughts. Thoughts take birth here. Why and how? Not very clear about the sources of our thoughts. Why we get a thought? Not clear. What you have read, how you have lived, your environment, your educational institutions, the way you interact with your peers, that is equals, the way teachers teach you and the way you interact with your teachers, all these things determine the sources of our thoughts. Are you careful in allowing them inside? Do you know how to apply a filter so that negative or dirty thoughts don't enter your mind? If you can't control your mind, how can you control your future? I am not quoting directly Swami Vivekananda. Probably it would be easier to talk for about 30 minutes or so about him. But I wanted, when our Raghuveer discussed this, to make this as an interactive session. An interactive session where I think I got about 150 books, maybe another 60 books we are getting. So don't worry, every one of you will be able to get a copy of the book. उसको नावल जैसे मत पढ़िए, मतलब फर्स्ट बैठ गए, फर्स्ट पेज से जो है लास्ट पेज तक पढ़ के चलो हम फलाना किताब पढ़ लिए बोलकर. Open anywhere at random. There are about 230 to 40 quotations of Swami Vivekananda arranged under different headings. एक quotation पढ़िए बस है. Read it and read it again to understand the meaning. Read the lines, read in between the lines, and read beyond the lines. Own it. And see whether you think it is relevant or not. If every thought is relevant, definitely he is more relevant today, and that relevance influences the luminescence of tomorrow. With eyes we can see. If there is darkness, even these eyes cannot see. We need light so that we help the eyes to see. Understanding nature helps us to lead a better life. Now, it's very difficult because we are planning for a 1 hour session or so. How many of you do not know Vivekananda? कभी नहीं सुने साहब नाम? Raise your hands. कभी नाम नहीं सुने, कभी उनका पिक्चर नहीं देखे, कुछ भी नहीं जानते हैं उसके बारे में. I'm not going to ask you questions. Is there anyone who has not heard his name in their 18, 19 years of life? So every one of you have heard? Right. I will revise the question. Who has doubts about Vivekananda's personality? ये योगी लोगों को क्यों लाते हैं साहब? एक ये योगी, एक आदित्यनाथ, ये एक वो, ये लोग क्या है, ये क्या कर रहे हैं ये लोग? We have hundreds of questions asked and unasked. Asked and unasked must be processed. Otherwise, they will become stale and become rotten and start creating problems for us in our minds. Get the doubts cleared. Do any of you would like to ask a question about any of the quotations of Swami Vivekananda? कोई कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं? कुछ याद है? Okay, don't worry. Now what I suggest is, I have my left hand side here, the center, and the right hand side there. I want 10 students to come forward. Criteria, your curiosity and love for the nation. Your curiosity is the criteria. Your love for the nation is the criteria. Can I have 10 hands? 1. Da, munduku da. Only 1 out of an assembly of 150 plus 2. Dama, da. Yes, I want 10 of you. The 11th one will stop because it will be time. Puno pakka nilchod nanna. Dama da. Count kitne log hain? Gino? 10. Thanks a lot. What is the difference between they and you? They took the initiative, you were hesitant. Hesitancy leads to doubt. Doubt leads to dismissal in the interview. है नहीं? कितना सिंपल इक्वेशन है? अपने को क्यों? उन्हों जाएंगे, यानी तो जो है यूनिफॉर्म डाले से लोग जाएंगे, नहीं तो सीनियर्स जाएंगे, हम जूनियर्स हैं. Doubts is the disease causing germs in the mind. Clarity is the antidote for us. Right? Now, Amma, please go and pick up 10 copies of that book. ज़्यादा लिए तो वापस रख दे सकते, गिन के नहीं लाना. Give it to each one of them. I could have given all those books to you, which I intend to, but what will happen is you start turning the pages and missing the session that is going to happen. That's the reason why I want this part of the audience to remain in suspense and this part to activate themselves. At the end of the session, if some of you can say, sir, I regret having not come over as the one of the first 10, that is the purpose of my session. Why were you hesitant? What is missing? If you want to be a second or a third or a fourth, how can you be the winner in the race? Okay, now, unko mic unda? Unte jur. Where is your book? Yahan laiye. This is the first chapter.
Yes, sir.
Page number 35 se shuru ho raha.
35.
नहीं, don't open. It's not for you. 41 को end हो रहा है.
Yes, sir.
ये 4 पेज में से कोई भी पेज you can open. Close your eyes, open. Put your hand on the left hand side or on the right hand side, and then tell me. Nana bookie wa? Bookie. अच्छा, number बोलो.
2.300.
अरे पेज नंबर 37 अम्मा, पेज नंबर पहले बोल के आगे बोलना. What's your good name?
Sri Karthi, sir. Ravi Sri Karthi, Cadet Ravi Sri Karthi.
She picked up, I have randomized it. Page number 37, she has put her finger on a particular paragraph which she is going to read out.
The remedy for weakness is not brooding over weakness, but thinking of strength. Teach men of the strength that is already within them.
Do you see? Try to explain what you understand by that.
When we are feeling weak in a given situation, we should not keep worrying about the weakness that we have. Instead, we should get strength from that weakness. We should find positivity in that situation and get strength from that. We have to teach people in general to not brood over that weakness. To not worry over that weakness and find optimism and gain strength.
Teach men of the strength that is already within them. All of us are strong and weak, shades of grey. Have you ever bothered to analyze what your strengths are? Strengthen your strengths. Have you ever spent time to understand your weakness? Weaken your weaknesses. Strengthening the strengths and weakening the weaknesses widens the gap between them and makes strengths more formidable and weaknesses more vulnerable. That's the way to conquer life. I hope it's a beautiful quote. Thank her. You can keep the book with yourself. Hold it for me. अब ये anything. Don't read to decide. Let randomization take place. This one? Page number?
Page number 41.
अरे 41 तो previous chapter में गया अम्मा. हाँ, इक्कड़ इंची next powers of the mind ये 2-3 पेज छोड़ना ये chapter के हाँ help her. See, I want to tell you.
Sir, page number 45.
हाँ बोलिए कौन सा?
45 page number. Last.
Last one.
Yes.
Right. Go ahead. Read it. Your name?
Cadet Priyavarshini, sir.
Very good. Go ahead.
In the history of mankind, you will find that there comes these messengers, and that from their very birth, their mission is found and formed. The whole plan is there, light down, and you see them swerving not 1 inch from that, because they come with a mission. They come with a message. When they speak, each word is direct. It bursts like a bombshell. What is in the word, unless it has the power behind? What matters is what language you speak and how you arrange language you speak and how you arrange your language. What matters is whether you speak correct grammar or with fine rhetoric. What matters it whether your language is
Ornamental or not.
ornamental or not. The question is whether or not you have anything to give. It is a question of giving and taking and not listening. Have you anything to give? Have you anything to give?
Whether or not you have anything to give, कुछ है अपने पास या खाली हाथ हैं? If you are a poor person yourself, how can you think of giving anything? Then you will be giving nothingness to others. Point 1, acquire. Point 2, accumulate. Point 3, disseminate or distribute or give. The moment we understand that, it's a question of giving and taking and not some problem. Make sure you can set it right. It's a question of giving and taking and not listening. Have you anything to give? है क्या? देने को मन लगता है क्या? Do you feel like giving? We are very possessive. We are very selfish. We are very greedy. And we expect the others to be sacrificing. What right you have if you are not reciprocating? Have you anything to give? That is the first question. If you have, then give, which means first acquire, possess, accumulate, generate the mindset that is required, and then give. These are, to my mind, Agni Pushpas. That means flowers of fire. They have to be understood more detailedly. Right. Page number 47 onwards, please guide her. 47 46 to 58. Maybe it's not working. 46 to 58, have you selected? Yes. Page number? 52. हाँ माँ बोलो, which one? Read it. Your name?
My ideal indeed can be put into a few words, and that is to preach into mankind their dignity and how it can manifest in every moment of life.
Can you explain?
Is that like to...
Mike, low सुना है.
Okay. Is it like to have a dignity and to manifest every moment of your life? To thank, to have gratitude for having every moment in your life. Is that so?
Good. Now the quote that she got is, my ideal indeed can be put into a few words, and that is to preach unto mankind their divinity and how to make it manifest in every moment of life. Question number 1. Will I use my finger to hurt my eye? Anyone who is willing to experiment? That's my finger and that's my eye, and I have the freedom to do whatever I want. You agree? But will I do it? Why? Because I know it pains, it hurts, it damages. So I will not do it even though it is my eye and my hand. Then, what right you have to put your finger in the eyes of the others? सब वो अलग हैं, पराये हैं. Every aspect is divine. That's the significance of this quote. If you understand that divinity, that everyone is divine, you will not think of harming others, because harming others is harming divinity is harming yourself. कितने profound concept है, सिर्फ 2-3 line, maybe some 15-20 words, but you need a mental makeup to understand the significance of these terms. That was a beautiful quote, I should say. Next one, please. Help her. Next chapter, 3-4 post रहता. हाँ, education and society से लेकर 67 तक कुछ है. This is under the heading Education and Society. What's your good name, Amma?
Anuhya.
Anuhya is, I can't imagine, I think that's the meaning of, I don't know, I can't work it, but I can imagine. Go ahead. Pick up the quote you want. Anuhya gada? Which pera, Amma? Good. Page number?
Page number 61.
61. Go ahead, please read. Tell your name once again.
I am Anuhya from BCom Honors 1A. We want that education by which character is formed, strength of mind is increased, the intellect is expanded, and by which one can stand on one's own feet.
Please, what do you understand from that?
Through this para, I clearly understood that the education that is required is the education that would help in a person's character strengthening and expanding a person's intellect, and also an education that makes a person be independent, stand on their own feet, take their own decisions is the right education.
Good, thank you. We want that education. ये that के माने क्या है? Probably not we are getting now. There's an implication, isn't it? We want that education. Number 2, by which character is formed. So what is the purpose of education? Paper qualifications, degree, knowledge, jobs, livelihood? No. By which character is formed. अभी अपनी जिम्मेदारी है. You are a BA, BCom, BSc, MBA, BBA, they are all minor details. By which character is formed. If you take 0 to 10, how do you rate your character? 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it is. When you reach the point up to 8 or 9, वहाँ से 9.1, 9.2, 9.3 बोल के 1/10 further उसको divide कीजिए. How do you rate your character? 9.5, sir. 0.5 still away from the ideal. Analyze strengths, weaknesses, temptations, past, future, what do you want? Then try to lift yourself up from 9.5 to 9.6 to 9.7 to 9.8. As you reach 9.9 or 10, help others who have missed the bus so that you can make a difference in their lives also. Strength of mind is increased. क्यों चाहिए mind को strength? If you say strength of muscles, go to a gym. How about strength of mind? There are brain gyms, of course, that's a different issue. But mind, why? To resist temptations and to face weaknesses. The intellect is expanded, and by which one can stand on one's own feet. That is the final test. Depending on others, depending on parents, depending on outside help, depending on foreign countries. No. You must stand on your own feet. I think this one single quote is sufficient to make the entire nation move on a path that awakens divinity in the minds of men. I read again before the next one is getting ready. We want that education by which character is formed, strength of mind is increased, the intellect is expanded, and by which one can stand on one's own feet, not on others' feet. Never be a parasite. Stand on your own feet and be confident. You may be destined for great successes or average success. That does not matter, but stand on own feet. Don't borrow the credits for the work done by others. Contribution, and that can make a difference. Amma, next chapter. Page 69, I think. हाँ 68 से शुरू करके वो 2-3 पेज कुछ रहेगा. The one that is going to be selected is under the heading Serve Man as God. हाँ ऐसा कैसा हो सकता है ऐसा? God is different, man is different. But if God is not there, will man be there? And if man is not there, how will you understand God? Just think over it. Amma, have you selected? What's your name?
Yashashwini.
Please. Oh, very good name. Which one you have selected? Page number? वो पहले बोलिए, बाद में volume का quotation दे सकते हैं. Yes, Amma. Which one?
Yes.
You can answer. Go ahead.
You cannot help anyone, you can
Just a
only
minute.
serve.
Just a minute. Just a minute. While others were reading, I was almost tempted to correct in the sense where they should pause, how long they should pause, how punctuation helps us to read the para better, so that even if you are reading it to yourself or reading it to others, your level of understanding must qualitatively improve. Make sure that you keep this in your view when reading it. Please.
You cannot help anyone, you can only serve. Serve the children of the Lord, serve the Lord Himself. If you have the privilege, if the Lord grants that you can help any one of His children, blessed you are. Do not think too much of yourselves. Blessed you are that the privilege was given to you when others had it not. Do it only as a worship.
Does it make sense? What do you understand? What essence you pick up from that?
In this sloka, they said that help others, don't look it only to yourself. Help the needed people, help the children of the God. Then you will be succeed in your life. And you should even help the people who are in need, and not only to look to yourself and everything.
Man is essentially selfish, greedy, money-minded, exploitative, and whatnot. All the troubles that the society is facing, including the problems faced by individuals, is because of our attitude. How to correct that attitude? There is a point there. I think, continue cheyocha పావు గంట కంటిన్యూ చేయొచ్చా సెకండ్ పీరియడ్ లేకపోతే ఆపుదాం 10 అరే బాబా జల్దీ ఇచ్చును గైడ్ హిమ్
Sir, my name is Kushal.
79 से कौन सा पैरा शुरू
The definition.
सेकंड वन चलो नाम बोलो
My name is Kushal Jain. I am from BBA second year.
ये दे दो मुझे हाँ go ahead.
The definition of God and man. Man is an
I think
infinite.
this is a very important thing. Probably many of us are sometimes hesitant because our mother tells we belong to this religion and not that religion. Our mother tells he is your father, he is your uncle, and so on. We picked up these things right from our childhood, right? There's a point of clarification. Go ahead.
Man is an
अरे
infinite.
बाबा ऐसा पढ़ना लोग जो है पिघल जाना.
Man is an infinite circle whose circumference is nowhere, but the center is located in one spot. And God is an infinite circle whose circumference is nowhere, but whose center is everywhere.
ये तो मैथमेटिक्स हो गया पूरा. What did you understand? माइक पकड़ के.
Sir, like human is greedy and always want something, but God is the one who fulfills everything.
Thank you. You know circle? A perfect circle is one where you can't identify the starting point and the ending point. That means it must be drawn so finely that it must merge. That's the meaning of a circle. A circle has a circumference. Understandably, a circle has a center. Can a circle exist without a center? For a given center, you have a freedom to choose the radius to draw a circle. You have known concentric circles. What we call in Telugu, Eka Vrutta Kendralu. One single center and circumferences are different. Man is a finite circle. Hence, he has only one center. Expanding the mathematical logic in it, God is infinite, so the center cannot be at one place, it must be at every place. Are you able to understand the beauty of infinity? Yes? Anyone? Knowledge is when you understand and implement. Not when you merely read and get the scores in the examination. Circle. A small circle. How many degrees are there for a circle? For a large circle? For an infinite circle? ये infinite को 360 कैसे जमा सकते हैं? I don't know. I'm not teachers of mathematics or geometry would be able to explain. My only question is this: enjoy the concept. Logic एक हद तक ठीक है, उसके बाद logic काम नहीं करता. If you love someone, does logic work? एक तेलुगु डायलॉग है. एक बेटा आके जो है उनके बाप से कह रहा है, I love so and so girl. उन्होंने देखे, क्या है, कुछ भी खूबी नहीं, मेरे आंखों से देखो. Look at that girl from my eyes, not from you as an elderly person or as the would-be father-in-law. The beauty of that, okay? Right, next one, please.
Page number 94, second para.
94? 78? Correct. 90?
94, second para.
94. Go ahead, Nana.
My name is Sai Krishna.
Not.
We can suffer from a great organization, and the reason is that the life power with others and never think what will come after go.
Can you explain?
Yes, sir. As a human is selfish, we think only about ourselves. We never care about others' values. So if only we think about ourselves, there is nothing to be on the earth after we. So,
क्या समझ में आया उसको? What did you understand from that? मैं समझाऊं? एक young boy liked a girl. एक लव लेटर लिख के आए उन्हें. उसके 10 जिराक्स कॉपी करवाए. पूरे 10 जिराक्स कॉपी वो गर्ल को भिजा के, अगर कोई वजह से तुम मुझे नहीं चाहते हो, ये 9 तुम्हारे दोस्तों में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करो. I hope you have understood. No need to explain that. Now look at this. Take up one idea. समझ में आया क्या मतलब है इसका? Make that one idea your life. Think of it, dream of it, live on that idea. Let the brain, muscles, nerves, every part of your body be full of that idea. And just leave every other idea alone. छोड़ो दूसरों को. That is purity. If love is not pure, what else can be pure? And we cheat in the name of love, you know, unfortunately. Never cheat in the name of love. Business में बैड डेट्स सही है, लव में बैड डेट्स नहीं रहना. This is the way to success. If we really want to be blessed and make others blessed, we must go deeper. Values, character, strength of mind, power of mind, patriotism, love for society, love for divinity. Last one. Page number below.
Page number 44, the main difference between men and animals.
Go ahead.
I am Cadet Naveen. The main difference between men and animals is the difference in their power and concentration. All success in any line of the work is the result of this. The difference is their power of concentration also continues the difference between men and men. Compare the lowest with the highest man, the difference in the degree of concentration.
Any idea? Can you expand?
Sir, I have a beautiful story to narrate this. When a father and his son are traveling somewhere in the cycle, and the son asks his father by seeing a bicycle man, I wish I could had that bike, but the father remains calm. And there is one more thing which goes forward is a car, and the son asks, I wish I had a car, but and father remains calm and he wants to explain the situation later. But after some time, a beautiful Benz car goes beside him, and the father asked the son, what is this? The son says, I wish I had a Benz car. But later, after the both return to the home, the father says, compare yourself with someone who doesn't have legs. Be happy that you are traveling in a cycle. Be happy that someone who is not having legs is traveling in a wheelchair. That be happy that at least you have a bicycle, at least you have a bike. That's the really, sir.
Thank you. Wait for some time. After a few more minutes, it is the responsibility of 11 of you to see that those books reach these students. Wait. There is a beautiful quote that says, Shraddhavan labhate gnanam. Focus, concentration, undivided attention helps you to understand better, retain better, recall better, apply better, live better. Whether we came from a monkey or a chimpanzee or a giraffe, it's a question of detail that evolutionary biologists would explain to us. But so far as we are concerned, devils were there or maybe are there. And there is an animal, and there is a human, and there is some divinity. What is the difference between an animal and a human being? They have horns, we don't have. They have a tail, we don't have. These are all external differences of anatomy. The complex brain that we have got and the wonderful, intricate vocal cords have helped us to think of questioning, understanding, reasoning, knowledge, wisdom, question the truth, find out the truth. What we call as Satyanveshana, search for the truth, Nityanveshana, eternal search for the truth. So Satya Nityanveshana, Nitya Satyanveshana. That is the purpose of education. And if there is a difference between an animal and a human being, the difference between a human being and human being is also the same. What a beautiful realization. Thank you so much. I don't want to make incursions into your second period and the timetable. Become small groups. You can use this as the reading material. Read only one quote. And one point I would like to tell to all my friends here. When you hold this hand wide, hold it. This is vertical, this is horizontal, this is diagonal. Diagonal. जैसे पानी पीते हैं ना क्लास में. How do you hold your glass of water when you are speaking, when you are drinking? Hold this when you are speaking. 2, develop this ability. 3, develop clarity in the sense when you are reading, you are able to make it understandable to a person even if they do not know the language. Stress, intonation, accent, force, if necessary repetition, respect for punctuality, respect for the meaning and the essence and the significance of the para that you are reading. Develop these qualities. You will succeed in the interview, you will succeed in life. Confidence comes. You will be able to make a difference. 2 favorite words of mine which I normally use. One is MAP, M-A-P. The other one is MAD, M-A-D. The meaning is clear. MAD means make a difference. Make a difference to yourself, to the family, to the society, to the institution, and to the world. How do you make a difference? Know where you are today and pick up what you do not have. Analysis of the strengths and the weaknesses. So how do you plan to achieve what you want to achieve? That is MAP, that is my action plan. So what is your action plan to make a difference to this world? Prepare it. Wish you all the best. Books will be distributed to you. How many of you feel that you should have been one of the 11 here? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. More people in the uniform are feeling it and showing it. And people less not in the uniform. join NSS at least, if not NCC. Right. Thanks a lot. God bless you. Enjoy this opportunity. I hope you have enjoyed this session. Collect the books. The 2025 jisko manoko karni. Take the next lot. Keep one book for yourself, rest for distribution. Move on. Give 2020. Are move on, bhai.
నెక్స్ట్ టైం పంపించారు కదా అన్న డ్రైవర్ అన్న
Nana.
తెచ్చారు అవి కూడా ఇచ్చేసేయాలా
हाँ अन्य बीड़ा के Move on, start. एक रख के
हाँ, रख दिया सर,
सुनो सुनो एक रखो अच्छा रख लिया ना इनको दे दो